Welcome back. It is Tuesday, and we're going to do a flea market find video today. I picked up, before we get into it, this is like a 900 count box of racing cards that I picked up. And I'm going to move this out of the way just really briefly to give us a little more room. It's approximately 900 count box that, as you can see, is full of several racing cards. We'll review a lot of those here in just a minute. But I did have a mail day, and I'd either got this off of through their Facebook or through a link online. I really can't remember, but it's a hero card of Ryan Blaney. Of course, Worth has been a longtime sponsor at Penske, mainly with Brad Keselowski. So I really like this hero card. It's very clean, very crisp. Doesn't have a lot of flashiness to it. Very Penske-like. And then they also sent this really cool, just little bumper sticker, I guess you could say. So that Worth paint job really looks nice. So thank you to the Worth company and their folks sending out the hero card. So kind of excited about that. And hero cards seem to be a really big thing. I've noticed a couple groups online that they really advertise and folks buy, trade, and sell just like they do the trading cards. And picked these up at the Greenwood Flea Market. I believe it's called... what was it called? Something 31, Expo 31. I can't remember exactly what it was called. Had a lot of booths, a lot of NASCAR stuff in there, a lot of good prices. I think I paid $5 for this box. I can't remember. Heck, the empty box by itself is worth about $3. So, had a few nice inserts here that was sleeved up. These weren't even really inserts. This one is No Boundaries, I believe is that. Or Racing Champions. Jeff Burton. Got an action-packed Country. 1995. This is a subset card of Rusty Wallace's Cliff Stewart car. Cliff Stewart owned a company called Spectrum Furniture. There you see it on the hood. He was a furniture magnate in the North Carolina area. Aluguard antifreeze on Rusty's car as well. Press Pass Signings Contest card. There's a Chad Little. Trackside die cut. Base set. Steve Park. Andy Houston. Casey Atwood. We've actually reviewed this base set before on the channel, but just these are the parallels. Mike Skinner, Joe Nemechek, Bobby Hamilton, Buckshot Jones, Ron Hornaday, Dave Blaney, and Tim Fedewa. I don't think we're going to go over every card in this box. We'll just see what the timestamp is as we start going through here. Don't want to have too many repeats or too many duplicates. And I'm going to have a devil of a time keeping this lid open, so we may just sit that on it. That's what we'll do. We'll just sit that on there to keep it from flipping back over. There was a few football cards in this box as well. Some 94 action-packed, I believe this is. Maybe 93. 91. Okay, we was a little off. And I believe these are all... yeah, these are all just random. Wasn't really anybody in here that I seen that was exceptionally, I don't want to say known or popular, but I'm not familiar with a lot of these names. But I just thought it was odd that there was some action-packed football cards thrown in this box of racing. Got a few more cards that were sleeved up. Some are inserts, some are not. What is this? Jamie McMurray, Wheels High Gear. That's part of the Man and Machine set. Steve Park Dialed In. Another Jamie McMurray Challenger. This is actually base set. Just a short print card. Ward Burton, Income Statement. Those were cool cards. Cut out like the dollar sign. I think we've had this set on the channel before. The MVP CQ Cup Quest 2000. Jeremy Mayfield Challenger. Ward Burton Vintage, and it's called Vintage because it's printed up like a vintage card. The stock kind of has a matte feel to it, and it's a little bit thinner. Scott Riggs, Running and Gunning. Terry Labonte, Champion. Again, this is a base set. Sterling Marlin, Driver's Choice. Actually has the Coors Light livery. At least it doesn't just say Sterling Marlin across the hood. I believe that's a gold parallel. Let's see, here's a couple cards that are stuck together. So, does it have a G designation? Yes, so it's the G version. I need to see if I need this because I am working on that set. So I'm going to set that one aside because I am working on that set. Showman Darrell Waltrip. I like the film reel cut out there. Excuse me. Brian Vickers, Flag to Flag. Driver's Choice, Sterling Marlin. 2 different years. This one's a die cut. Mark Martin, Driven, when he was driving for DEI. Ward Burton, driving for Gene Haas, before it became Stuart Haas. Joe Nemechek. Rusty Wallace. Racing Champions, Jimmy Johnson. Of course, Jimmy broke his hand in the IndyCar race this weekend. This was a set that had some Rookie of the Year contenders for 2004. So Vickers, Johnny Sauter. I believe I had a Brendan Gaughan. Did I have a Brendan Gaughan in this mess? Or did I just have those two? I know Brendan's part of the set. Tony Stewart. This is one of those retail exclusives. And we have the Grandstand season ticket. Terry Labonte, Sterling Marlin. Casey Mears, Jamie McMurray, Scott Riggs, David Green, Bernie Lamar, Rick Crawford, Ron Hornaday, Bill Lester. So some pretty cool cards there. I believe the rest of these are primarily just base sets. Because I'm going to look at the backs of these cards. And I need to go through these. Because some of these may be complete sets or really, really close to being complete sets. But you have like 2005 Press Pass, Terry Labonte, Mark Martin, Dale Jr., Casey Kane. So it looks like they're just missing a few cards here. Scott Riggs. I may have to go through and piece this together and see if I can put together the complete set. Or at least the complete set without the variations. Matt Kenseth, Bobby Labonte, Jeremy Mayfield. And I did kind of like this set, the way that it has the number, stylized number in the middle, driver's name, and then the series at the bottom. And then I don't want to say a clean picture, but a picture without a lot of interference, meaning there's not a lot of designs in the card that interfere with it. Jeff Gordon. So I'd say this is pretty close to complete set. Brian Vickers, trying to see what track that was at. It's not really giving me a clue there. Harvick there, it looks like he's at Dover, perhaps, because it's concrete, and it has that little black stripe around the bottom of the wall. Jeff Burton. He stole, yeah, he was, no, actually, it's in the AOL car. So not very many pictures of Jeff in the AOL car. Gordon, Craven, Boris Said, when he ran a partial schedule for MB2 Racing, number 36 car. Elliott Sadler. And these look like they're arranged numerically. And there's all sorts of different ways that Press Pass would arrange it. Sometimes they did it by point standing. Sometimes they did it alphabetically. Here, obviously, we just seen they did it numerically. And there you have 3 Ganassi drivers right in a row, 40, 41, and 42. Jamie McMurray there. Jeff Green, almost said David Green. Kyle Petty. Jimmy Johnson, 7-time champ. Ken Schrader, driving for BAM Racing. There's Brendan Gaughan. Spoke of him earlier. Dale Jarrett. Kurt Busch. Now we'll get to the then Busch series. Jason Leffler. Ron Hornaday. There's Kyle Busch, second-year card. 2004 is his rookie. Mark McFarlane, I believe that's his rookie card. Of course, I believe he's a crew chief in the ARCA series now. Look at that young MTJ. I believe this is his rookie card, 2005. Tim Fedewa. Jason Keller. This is near the end of their careers. Kenny Wallace. David Green, 94 Busch Series champion. Casey Kane. Very early Casey Kane. Justin Labonte, whose career really didn't pan out. Greg Biffle, former Busch Series champion. Andy Houston. I know he's a spotter, but I can't tell you for what team. He was with Childress for a while, but I can't tell you who he's with right now. I'd have to look it up. Matt Crafton. Now we're into the Truck Series cards. So the Cup Series was red, the Busch Series was blue, and the Truck Series had a green band. So Andy Houston, Matt Crafton, when he was driving for Harvick. There's Terry Cook. Tina Gordon, this might be a rookie, or she might be an 04. I can't really remember. Rick Crawford, Jack Sprague, Dennis Setzer, John Wood, Carl Edwards, very young-looking Carl Edwards there. And then the NASCAR Regional, or the Touring Series champions, so the Elite Division, which was like the Southwest Tour and the Southeast Tour. They had all these divisions, and during this era of NASCAR, they really re-racked the divisions every few years and renamed them. It was very confusing. You got Jeff Fultz, Andy Santerre, former Busch Series driver, Justin Dirks, Jeff Jefferson, Tony Hirschman, he's a spotter for Joe Gibbs Racing now, I believe, Mike Duncan. And then they have these car cards. I'm not really going to go through these. And then these scene, Winston Cup scene or NASCAR scene cards that paired with the newspaper. Had a subscription to that for many, many years. So I'm just going to go through those. We'll get these rookie reviews. These cards are kind of bricking up a little bit, but not horrible. Casey Kane, who was the 04 Rookie of the Year. Brian Vickers. Scott Wimmer, who finished third in Daytona in 2004. Brendan Gaughan finished fourth at Talladega that year in the fall. Scott Riggs had a rough rookie season. There's Martin Truex Jr., rookie in the Busch Series, and champion that year, with this nice victory lane with Richard Petty. See here, Hendrick Motorsports, Kevin Harvick, Sunoco Fuel, Jeff Gordon, Terry Labonte with Justin Labonte, Rusty Wallace running in the Busch Series. Looks like Michael Waltrip, Operation Marathon. And then we just got this subset here with all the different superstars in NASCAR, playmakers. Some of them won races during the 04 and or 05 season, or were just popular competitors like a Ken Schrader. So that kind of wraps up the 05 press pass set. Like I said, I think a lot of these were just almost complete sets, and they just kind of gave up. This is 94 wheels, high gear, which it does not look like it's near complete. Elton Sawyer, NASCAR official now. And this is Series 2, so this would be where the Dale Jr. rookie is, but I'm pretty sure they probably didn't leave that card in here. Billy Stavola, former car owner, as is Richard Jackson. He owned the number 1 Skull car for many years. Robbie Loomis, championship crew chief with Jeff Gordon. Another championship crew chief there, Jeff Hammond. Jimmy Finnig. Bill Engel, who worked with Michael Waltrip, later Diamond Ridge. Tony Glover, longtime crew chief at Morgan McClure and later Felix Sabates team. Ernie Irvin. Hut Strickland, Kyle Petty. Now, many of these cards I have, and many of these I've never seen because I don't have a lot of 94 high gear, especially the high set. Kyle Petty winning, Jeff Bodine, Ernie Irvin. There's Rusty and Ernie at Martinsville. That would be the spring race of 94 because Kenny Wallace finished 4th in the fall race in 94 at Martinsville. This race finished under caution. I want to say Morgan Shepherd crashed near the end. There's Morgan with his last career Cup Series win at Atlanta. Dale Jarrett, victory number 2 of his career, his first Daytona 500 win. Hermie Sadler, I believe that's a rookie card, if I'm not mistaken. Steve Grissom, very young-looking Steve Grissom. That almost looks like a high school prom picture and not a Busch Series Championship Awards banquet photo. Like I said, many of these pictures I've never seen, or many of these cards I've never seen. Pit Crew Champs. They used to have a Pit Crew competition for many years at Rockingham. Looks like we got some Busch Series pictures coming up here. Tommy Houston, Harry Gant, longtime driver in both series. 92 Busch Series champ Joe Nemechek, Jeff Burton. Randy LaJoy, the 96 and 97 Busch Series champion. Shauna Robinson. Todd Bodine, who's going to make a few more Truck Series starts this year. 1990 Cup or Busch Series champion Chuck Bound. Tracy Leslie, 1988 ARCA Series champion. There's Mike Wallace. several. I think he's got 4 Busch Series wins. 3 of them came in 1994, and his last one came in 2004 at Daytona with a last lap pass. Driving for the Biaggi brothers. Roy Payne drove for the family-owned team there for a long time. Tim Fedewa, who's a spotter for Stuart Haas now, for Harvick, I believe. Joe Bessie. Bobby Dotter, of course, this is the guy that owns the 07 and 08 cars now in Xfinity. Ricky Craven. Steve Meal. Larry Mack. And the high gear cards are thicker stock cards. Semi-gloss, you can see Ray Evernham. They're great for autographs. They don't smear that much. Charlie Presley, this is the brother of Robert Presley. Mike Beam. Mike Hill. Jimmy Maycar, who's like president of operations or something at Joe Gibbs Racing. Buddy Parrott. Andy Petrie. So a lot of crew chiefs here, as you can see. Jack Roush, Cale Yarborough. We've got some car owners. So we're not going to go into detail with those. I'm just going to kind of pick through these a little bit and see if we can find another little stack to go through that's not going to be too crazy. Looks like some 95 Max Series 2. Bill Elliott starts us off. Make sure that this is make sure I had the right years. That 95 Series 2. And I didn't like this set that much because I didn't like the picture within a picture, if you will. There's Brett Bodine. This style of picture-in-picture, if you will, I liked. It didn't distract from it a lot. This did, because it made it hard to look at the image of a person and then a car image in the corner. Junior Johnson. This will probably be one of his last regular issue cards as an owner. Jimmy Spencer, driving for Travis Carter. There's Cecil Gordon, who was the crew chief on that team. Former driver himself. Terry Labonte. There's his Busch Series ride that he had at the time. There's Kyle Petty. And again, you know, they didn't scratch out a lot of the sponsors and be all, oh, we can't show this. You know, Max was pretty good about it. There's Jeff Gordon. There's the truck that he co-owned that Scott Lagasse drove. Bobby Labonte. Looks like I got a couple duplicates there. David Green. Bobby Labonte again. There's Michael Waltrip. That's going to be, look at that hair. That's crazy. So one of these is his Busch Series car. So that's going to be his Cup car. And that was his Busch Series car. Very, very nearly identical. We're going to wrap this up after this stack here. As you guys can see, it's not anything spectacular. Now, they did blur out the Bud for some reason. We kept Coors Light, but we blurred out Bud. And I'm just guessing maybe they didn't have the rights to use the Budweiser name. Ken Schrader. Still races everything to this day. There's Joe Gibbs, Jeff Fuller, Mike McLaughlin, Kenny Wallace, Cale Yarborough, Chuck Bound driving for Dean Myers, number 32, Active Trucking Chevy. Dave Marcus with the Olive Garden sponsorship. Howard Comstock, who was Ted Musgrave's crew chief. Jimmy Means, when he was crew chief for Dick Trickle, when he was driving for Bud Moore. Jimmy had shut his operation down for a short time and became a crew chief. Chad Little, and then we have a checklist. So again, there was a lot of nice cards in here in terms of inserts, them oddball football cards and so forth. Like I say, I think I paid $5 for this box. I knew I probably wasn't going to get I knew I wasn't going to get hits. I knew I wasn't going to get autographs and so on and so forth. But it was just something fun to open up, and thought you guys would like it, and I enjoyed it, and I got to go through there, and like I said, I got to check that 2005 set to see how many cards are missing out of it, and if I'm only missing a couple cards, I probably have what I need to finish it. But anyway, hope you enjoyed today's video. As always, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, come back and see us tomorrow, where we may have some more flea market finds. We may rip some more packs. We may do a set review. I don't know yet, because tomorrow hasn't got here yet. But anyway, enjoy the rest of your Tuesday. Thanks again for watching. Really do appreciate it, and we will see you again tomorrow.